He doesn't know who he is. He knows who he has been told he is.
He's been told his name is Daryl Powell.
Daryl grew up in Middletown, and he was in the class of 1995 from Middletown Area High School.
But now Daryl is a man without any memories of his past, but part of his past is Abby Knob.
I think the last contact I had with Daryl was around 2014.
Abby Knob is Daryl's ex-wife. They divorced in 2013. Now, Abby is Daryl's main connection to his forgotten life. On September the 8th, Daryl was found unconscious in a Wawa restroom in Orlando, Florida. He was taken to the hospital as a John Doe. No wallet, no cell phone, no identification at all.
And after he had been in the hospital for 8 days, the police came and took a picture of him and ran facial recognition software, were able to find his Pennsylvania driver's license online.
And that's how police connected Daryl with Abby.
They landed on me because basically his parents have passed away and there is no one else.
Daryl has no children, no family, and now he has a medically diagnosed case of amnesia caused by a brain aneurysm that doctors discovered. Abby, who could just walk away from this whole thing, says that's not going to happen.
I'm not taking that stance, and everyone in my life, my family members, the people that I love, all understand and support me in doing this because they know that this is who I am.
Abby's appointed herself as Daryl's detective of sorts, trying to piece together his life, trying to determine how and why he got from Pennsylvania to Florida before he was found September the 8th.
The last I knew, he was living in Camp Hill. However, his driver's license said that he was living in Erie.
Abby has learned that Daryl had an apartment in Erie with his rent paid through last July. She also determined that in July, Daryl rented a car in Erie, which has been found in Florida. An invoice she discovered shows that Daryl booked a cruise out of Miami from August the 3rd to the 10th. At this point, it's unknown if he actually went on that cruise. So, as you can see, folks, this story continues to develop each day, and now another major step in this case. Daryl has just returned to Pennsylvania. After being treated in the hospital, Florida authorities put him on a bus, and Abby recently picked him up. He's now living in a shelter here, and I just had a chance to sit down with him yesterday. A soft-spoken man, Daryl says he just wants to piece his life together.
Basically, I'd like to just be able to start over, and I mean, hopefully, just move forward.
We spent some time looking at photos of his past life provided by Abby, but nothing jogged his memory. So next week, I'll share Daryl's interview with you here on News 8. The goal here, folks, is to find out what happened to Daryl, why he ended up in Florida, and what may have happened before he was found unconscious there. So if you have any information to offer in this case, please reach out to me on my Facebook page, Brian Roach, WGAL. I'm Brian Roach, on your side, WGAL News 8.
I remember the being brought out of the ambulance and taken into the hospital because it kind of jolted me awake. But I don't really remember too much before that.
That's where Daryl Powell's memory begins. After being found unconscious in the restroom of this Wawa in Orlando, Florida on September the 8th, Daryl was brought to the hospital and repeatedly asked his name.
I said, I don't know. They had, for the first week and a half or 2 weeks, they had John Doe on my arm, my hospital band.
Daryl was found with no wallet, no cell phone, no identification, nothing to indicate who he was. After being in the hospital for more than a week, Daryl was diagnosed with a brain aneurysm and an official medical diagnosis of amnesia.
This is you, apparently, and your mother?
His memories of his past life,
I mean, it looks like me.
Do not exist.
They said maybe I could just one day I'd wake up and would have it back, or some of it back, but they didn't know for sure.
For now, Daryl's main link to his past is someone who is part of his past, his ex-wife Abby. They divorced in 2013, and police located her after using facial recognition software to identify Daryl.
They landed on me because basically his parents have passed away and there is no one else.
Now, Abby has become Daryl's detective, trying to piece together his life and his memory for him. He graduated in 1995 from Middletown Area High School. He worked for a while as a photographer, and last Abby knew, Daryl was living in Erie.
I feel hopeful that hopefully I just be able to get started again and hopefully get some kind of job and back to steady place to live.
In our first story that aired last week, we told you that Abby learned that last summer, Daryl booked a cruise out of Miami August 3rd to the 10th. After our story aired, a woman from Michigan contacted News 8 claiming that she met Daryl on that cruise. That woman does not wish to be publicly identified, but News 8 did put her in touch with Abby to help determine how Daryl ended up in Orlando, where he was discovered unconscious. We, of course, will keep you posted on any further developments related to this case. And if you have any information to offer, please reach out to me through my Facebook page, Brian Roach, WGAL. I'm Brian Roach, on your side, WGAL News 8.